stellar friends, Coach Deb here. Let's talk about productivity rituals. So I don't know about you, but I'm having that back to school feeling. That's what September brings for me, in part because, well, I went to school for 12 years, grade school, and then another 7 for post-secondary, and then I was a teacher for 15 years, so I've got that back to school feeling. But I don't think I'm the only one, because September is this time of reset and renewal, and it's so interesting how we have really 2 starts to the year. Whether you've got kids in school or you're in school yourself, we all have that feeling because we've done it for so long that summer is kind of an ending. It's a great summer. I hope you had a wonderful summer. I did. And then September brings newness and new beginning. It's a new season. We've seen the temperatures drop and it's cooling, but it's still beautiful. And there's this hopefulness in September, in the new beginning of September, that we don't always have in January when it's dark. But there's those 2 times of renewal, and obviously we're focusing on this one today. And yesterday, as I was in that space of preparing for my year, preparing for the school year, if you will, I caught myself doing a planning ritual that I've done for ages as a teacher, and I kind of stopped doing it when I was in my other business in real estate because it didn't really fit. And as I was doing this ritual yesterday, I realized how much I enjoy it, how grounding that is for me. And I wanted to share that with you because so many people come to me and they want to be more productive. And here's the thing, anything that you want more of in your life, you need to be willing to adjust your behaviors to allow that thing to come into your life. And I've spoken before about the importance of resilience rituals, and absolutely, my focus in the Stellar Life Project and my coaching is productivity and wellness so that people can support their lifestyle with the business or the profession they have without getting burnt out, and they can have a sustainable lifestyle. And so we're going to talk about planning rituals, productivity rituals today. And the one that inspired this video actually is my ritual of taking my calendar and color coding events. So when I was a teacher, I used to receive my schedule, my teaching load schedule from the office, and before I could do any planning, I had to sit down and make a color-coded visualization of my schedule. It just helped me to get my head around it, helped me get my head around where my energy needed to go and what the flow of my days was going to look like. And so I found myself doing it yesterday on my big calendar for my coaching business and my speaking business, and I was like, this feels really good. I had my big dry erase calendar, and I'm not finished with this yet, but I wanted to show it to you so that maybe you can get inspired and do this for yourself as well. And so I've taken my calendar, and you notice that it's we're still at 2021 when it comes to September, and I realized just how much the planning of the world, I've always said this, and it's more apparent to me than ever that the planning of the world really starts in September, because so many of the organizations that I'm going to be doing trainings and workshops for, we're already planning for the school year, and as far as February so far. And so I needed to get a visualization of that. So what I do is I color code the weeks that I'm coaching. I've got my even weeks, my odd weeks. I've got my the workshops that I'm doing when I'm doing workshops, and so I can have a quick look at it. So when somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want to do a workshop or like some coaching, I can quickly look at my schedule and know already where I have time and energy to plug that in. Anyways, it's a ritual that I love to do that really helps ground me and focus me and go, because I was starting to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm really full. my schedule is full. My one-on-one client roster is pretty much full. I've got coaching programs for groups that are going, and I have some speaking stuff that I'm doing and some workshops, and I was thinking, oh, I'm full. And then I started doing this, and the ritual, first of all, calmed me down. Not that I was too anxious, but it did. It calmed me down and grounded me and helped me to see that there's still a lot of space in my schedule for things like, well, my podcast and writing and other creative things that I'm doing. So anyways, that's a ritual that I do a couple of times a year. As you see, I've done, last year I did it in January, this year I'm doing it in September, and realizing that it is this habit of like, I need to do it every couple of times a year, September and January, and it really serves me. Another more daily ritual that I do for productivity and planning is bullet journaling. So I am now in my 10th bullet journal. I've been doing this, here's all the other ones. Okay, so I've been doing bullet journaling for about 4, maybe 5 years now, and I think it's 4.5. Let's say 4.5, because I know I started in the spring. So, and I usually get 2 journals in a year, maybe sometimes it takes me 3. Some of them are lasting a little bit longer now. I'm doing different things with it, and so if you want to know more about bullet journaling, I'm not going to get too much into the detail of it in this video. You can check out bulletjournal.com. There's a great system. I've actually taken the bullet journal system and adapted it for my own usage, and that's what it's all about, actually. I've never in my life found a planner that worked for me. They had these really cool looking planners when I was a teacher, and they would hand them out every year to teachers, and they're big, and they've got all the schedules and the lunch breaks and all that stuff in there, and I would use it for a little while, and then I would find it didn't really fit for me. So what I love about bullet journaling is that I actually create my own pages. So you'll see that this is actually a blank notebook with dot grid, and so I create the pages that I want. So I create an overview of, so my focus and my week looks like this, and it doesn't actually take me that long to do it. I happen to be feeling creative in August, and so there's some color and flowers in there, and then I do my daily planning, and you'll see how I underline the date, and I can quickly find it again. And I know I love this system because it allows me to track what I'm doing, plan ahead for what I'm doing, and also record it so I can look back. I also use the bullet journal as a way of journaling. So people say to me, oh, I want to journal, and they struggle with journaling, and sometimes I don't put pressure on myself to journal because I like it, and if you watch any of my previous videos, you know that I have an issue with handwriting, so I've got to keep that down to a minimum. But what I find really helpful is to, in my day, as I plan my day each morning, one of my rituals is to write out what my appointments are, fill in what my tasks are, plan when I'm going to do those tasks. I'm going to do another video about my ditch your to-do list plan and how I don't have to-do lists, I just have schedules, and I'll put a link to that other video down below so you can access that. So if you're wondering how to be more productive, that's a great way, is to ditch your to-do list. I don't have a to-do list, I have some tasks. I've got a list of tasks, I don't call it my to-do list, and I choose from that list what's going to get scheduled for the week. More about that later. But what I also do, and I love about my bullet journal, is that it gives me a little bit of space to write my mantras. So in the side of each day, I write my mantras for the day, whatever I'm focusing on, and so and sometimes it's more. This day I have 3 days in one. 3 days. Sometimes I have a full page for a day. So that's what I really love about being able to customize my planner and my journal all in one. And I know I can look back to, say, journal number 7, and I can remember, because of the color of it, and I put some stickers on it, that this is a journal where I have notes from a conference I attended, and I can go back and look at the notes that I have from that conference, and it's pretty cool to have that relationship and ritual with my planners. So I also do my health tracking in there. I track the moon cycles because I'm finding that they really affect my energy. Another one of my rituals. So every morning I track what my sleep pattern was. I track where the moon cycle is and in relationship to my sleep, so that I know when I need to turn inward to be energized and when I'm able to really bring it. And I'm an extrovert, so most of the time I can really bring it, but there are times when my energy is low, and I've found that tracking my health, tracking my energy, and my in relationship to the moon cycle has really been a powerful ritual for me to help me manage my energy as well as my time. Okay, so that's it. In terms of my productivity rituals, they really are around the planners, the visual. I need the visual. And I actually think most people do. Now, there's a lot of planners out there. Before I created my own system, I invested in so many productivity apps and planners and different things that just didn't work for me. And so if you found a planner that works for you, let me know in the comments below. If you are looking for a planner that works for you, I say stop looking, start creating your own, so that it really addresses your needs for productivity, your energy flow, what you need to track, what you want to plan for, and what's going to help you with the visual. So now, just to be clear, I don't just use my bullet journals for my planning. All of my appointments are also in my calendar on my phone, or my Google Calendar, and which is synced with my husband's calendar, so he can see where I am at and what I'm doing, and I can see what he's got planned. And if I plan a family dinner, I can put it in there, and he knows not to plan an evening out with his friends. So the digital calendar is also very important for appointments. But what I found with the digital calendar, and maybe some of you can relate, is that I would put an appointment in there and forget about it. So it's helpful for me for planning and connecting with other people's calendars, but I need the visual, and I need the step of writing it out for myself, because then it helps me to kind of keep in the flow and know what's coming and how to pace my energy. And I even have blocks in my calendar on my Google Calendar as well, that these are work blocks. And so when I know when I sit down to do my bullet journal, each week and each day I have a ritual around the end of the week, as well as daily for that. And when I do that, I know when I can plug in tasks, because it's been planned for. So more on that in the hour one ditch your to-do list video that's coming to your YouTube, Instagram, wherever you see my videos very soon. Anyways, so I'm gonna wrap, because you got some productivity planning to do. If you have productivity rituals that you want to share with the others and the other stellar friends in the community, please pop them in below. Do you need visual? Does that help you? Or is there some other kind of system that I haven't even thought of yet that works for you? Let me know, because I'm always open to tweaking my system and sharing that with you, so that you can increase your productivity and your wellness. Oh, I'm going to save this other idea for another video. Anyways, that's the visual, the rituals around that. There are actually more. Another video. Anyways, I want you to have a stellar day. You are stellar. Make today wonderful, and I'll see you again soon.